Hello everyone, it's your boy AZNZC. For the people that don't know me, I am a level 48 high rank top 50 player that are free to play. Today I am gonna go over one of the most frequent asked questions, the top 10. So just a disclaimer, this is going to be a long video, longer than usual, and these are my personal opinions. So these answers are tailored to free to play players. Some of it might not pertain to pay to play players. So the first question is going to be, most people ask will be, what are the essential monster necessary for progression? The main three is basically everyone knows is going to be Boomer, Kaboom, and Wham-shell. Question number 2 is, what monster will help me get through mid-game? That is one of the most common asked questions when I stream. This varies depending on the monster box you have and the kind of luck you have. But the free-to-play units, I think that is going to be really useful for mid-games are Whirlwind, Stealth Elf, Super Shot Stealth Elf, Ninjini, Enigma, Food Fight, and Igniter. Those units are mostly 3 stars, and they will carry you through the mid-game. Question number 3 is, what Nat 5 should I build? This gets asked also a lot. This is a very difficult question. It's very subjective and it's up to the individual player. If you're a free-to-play player, I think you should focus on one Nat 5 due to the limited resource that free-to-play players have. And I think they should focus on one of the following: Nightmare, Spitfire, Starcast, Tri-Tip, Buckshot, Wildstorm, Stormblade, and Chain Reaction. Not only do these monsters have very good low cooldown, but they also scale really well early game, mid game, and late game for PvE and PvP. Number 4 is, I can't do B7, B8, or B9. What should I do? So if you can't clear these levels, these dungeons fairly easily, manually or 3-star, I would just build and grind the essential units, Kaboom, Wham-shell, Boomer, until you can clear these contents that's 3-star. So if not, make those Kaboom, Wham-shell, Boomer, +5, Awaken, 6-star, the whole 9 yard. Number 5, should I use flat runes or percentage runes? A lot of the players that have not played Summoner War or have not done all the math regarding to this, in most situations, flat runes are better for 5-star or lower runes. So once you get to 6-star, the base number is the threshold number for attack is 2240, defense is 1357, and HP is 4145. No, 4146. So, and if the numbers are lower than these base numbers, then you would use flat runes. And if it's higher than these base numbers, then you would use a percentage rune. Question number 6. I would like to build, insert a monster name, and then what do you think about this? Is this monster good? Is this monster bad? This question gets asked all the time when they ask content creator or streamers or top players. They say, hey, is this unit good? Is it bad? It's up to, I think, for you guys to decide. Some of the questions that you should ask yourself following that question should be, what star is this unit? Because you have to think about it. Because if it's a Nat 1, it's gonna have super low base stats. So later on, you're not gonna use this unit. Or is it a Nat 5? High base stats, but you won't be able to build it until super late. And you do not want, you have to keep in mind, you don't want to spend a whole week grinding on a low base stat monster like a Nat 1, like such as Tough Luck, that you will probably have to replace 2 weeks down the road because mid game those base stats are so low that the boss PvE or PvP you're gonna be in a super big disadvantage. Another question you should ask yourself is this unit farmable? If it's farmable versus non-farmable. If it's farmable, can you get this unit up and running within a week and not hinder your progression? Or is it not farmable where you need to spend months into building it and you won't be able to 6-star awaken it anytime soon? Then that's probably something that you will have to put to the side and work on it progressively. How long are the cooldowns of the monster's skills? Is the monster super fast? The cooldown speed are like 3 seconds like chain reaction, or is it super slow like 20+ seconds for such as like wham-shell and etc. So you have to keep that in mind. And how much mana does the unit, what's it called, utilize? Is it mana efficient where it's using 1 mana or 2 mana, or is it like a mana sink such as those Nat 5s where you're spending 6 mana for A or B? And the last question you should ask is, can you awaken and 6-star plus this unit within the week? If you can, then that unit will be, then you could utilize that unit to its full potential right off the bat. If it's not, it's one of those work in progress units. So if you answered all these questions regarding to what unit you want to build, then you could kind of get a gist of how good the unit is and how bad it is, and depending on your progression. So the next question is people would ask is like, oh, what should I skill up? Is it gonna help? Is it gonna help me do this? Is it gonna help me do B9 better, or is this gonna help me do PvP? Well, some of the most common skill up I see is basically Broccoli Guy. You want to max this guy's skill 1 up to regen 2 turns. And then the next most valuable skill up is gonna be Kaboom skill 2, because due to the extra 1 turn cooldown on the bombs, that is very essential for PvE and PvP. The next one is Stealth Elf skill 2. You want to level that up to level 3, where you get the 9-second cooldown. Another skill that you will want to max is Boomer skill 3, because if you use right now it's really meta where Kaboom skill 2 followed up by Boomer skill 3. That's 8 mana, and you could use that in arena, and you could probably do around 8,000 to 10,000 damage with mediocre runes, and you could probably decimate every one of your opponents within the 9-second cooldown realm. So I think that's very OP, so highly recommend that. And then another skill I would want to do is Boomer skill 2, because of the extra turn that you get for the attack buff increase. Question number 8 is, what building should I level? I would level up the gold, energy, and gem building. In the long run, these buildings are worth it. It pays off within, they pay for themselves. It does cost like a few million gold, so I would highly recommend starting early. Number 9, should I summon or refill? If you're a free-to-play player, you should always refill instead of summons. You get summoning tickets from the weekly invasion, and also doing your weekly quests. So if you get lucky on those, then you should be fine. So And the last question is, I would like to climb higher in arena. I would like to get more Omni gems, and I would like to purchase some of those pieces of Nat 5, some of the Nat 5 shards in the guild shop and the arena shop. Then some of these, you should follow some of these tips. Do more gear. The more gear you do, the higher chance that you're able to climb to master 1. And always scout the enemy runes. Knowing your opponent is probably the best chance you have at winning. Understand your team's cooldown and a turn order. Once you figure that out, then you could also predict what the enemy's turn orders are. So delete something that's also in the queue, and kill some of the main threats first. If you see kaboom, elf, usually bomb units, those are your primary threats, because once they land a bomb on you, it's basically that damage you're gonna straight up just take. So I would recommend killing the bomb threats prior to them landing a bomb on you. Then there is less RNG. And then last but not least, hit the highest rating person on your list, because if they're really higher than you, then the risk is super low, because you could potentially gain 30 points and only lose like up to 2 points to 3 points. So there is infinite upside and minimal downside. So I would highly recommend spending gears on hitting the lowest person on your list. That's it for today for these 10 most frequent asked questions. Hopefully it was helpful. You guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below or subscribe, or if this video was helpful, feel free to give a thumbs up or share with your friends. You guys have a good one, and see you next time. Bye.